Sabrina. Today I'm going to be doing a back to school supplies haul, and I actually just incorporated some other stuff that I didn't buy today because I don't really need that much stuff. I have a lot of stuff already at home, and over the years I've just been like collecting a lot of stuff that you need for school, so I don't really need to repurchase them, I guess. So I'm just going to show you kind of a haul with what I bought today and also a haul of what you might need for school. And this is more college oriented, but it's also for most schools and you might need this, but there's some stuff in here that specifically, I guess, are useful for me in college, so I'll tell you guys about that. To start off, I always get a big fat binder, a 2-inch binder, because I'm one of those people who just combine all their classes into one binder. I don't really like to have separate binders. It just gets too heavy and it gets too much, and I just rather have it all in one and not get confused on which one is what, or where did I put this and that. So I just have one binder, and then I will use the dividers that I bought today. I actually always need dividers because they somehow always die or get broken. So I bought these dividers today, and this is all from Walmart. I always go shopping at Walmart for back to school. And I have a 5-count. They have like this little paper that you can just place your different classes into, and then I use that to divide it. I put it into the binder, and then I have a spot for each one of my classes. And that's always worked for me the best. I feel like a lot of teachers, like especially in high school, I know recommend to have a binder for each of your classes or for combining 2 classes together. I always like to use one binder. Even back then I would use one binder. So that's how it's always been for me. And I get the durable ones because they usually can last up to 1 year and they don't die and break on me. I like the color actually a lot. It reminds me of a forest. I think it's cool. And then I got some loose leaf paper. I always like to have just a few like pages, maybe like 30 to 40 at the back of my binder of loose leaf paper, just in case I just want to write something down, or I don't know, if I want to do an example problem and I don't have my notebook with me, anything like that. I usually just have this just in case. But most of the time I usually just use my notebooks. And I go crazy with the notebooks, so I purchased like 5 to 6 notebooks at the beginning of the school year. So I usually just get the 70 count, and they're really cool. They have like different designs on them, and you can get them at Walmart for 50 cents. And I have one for every single one of my classes, and I will label like the classes. That's what I like to do, label each of my classes onto these wide rolled notebooks, and I'll just bring them every single day, every other day, whenever my classes are, and it's easier that way just to have one binder for every class. I know you have to take notes for every class, and it just keeps it all compact into one spot and you know exactly where it is. So that's why I like to do that. I also have a planner. I always have a planner. Sometimes I don't use my planner and I like to just rely on my memory, but it can be a bit much, like always remembering when you have a test or when a project is due or something else is due, it kind of can get a bit much. So for me, sometimes I like to use a planner, and sometimes I write down like step by step or class by class what I'm going to be doing for it, what it's due, and what I need to worry about. So definitely recommend getting a planner. Got this from Walmart. This was $4.97. And then I also like to get these bigger notebooks, and I usually just get 2 of these. And these are the 3 subject 120 sheets notebooks. These are really good for classes that you need to write more in or take more notes in. For example, I use this for my OChem, and it really helped because I would have my like lecture notes in the front and then my practice problems in the back. I also like to have notebooks, not just for my classes, but for practice problems. So I'll just have a notebook where I do all my practice problems for a specific class in, and then I can look back at these problems when I'm studying for a test. That's really like useful instead of just doing it on loose leaf paper and throwing it out. I recommend you have a notebook for your practice problems as well. So that's all that I got from Walmart today. But I'm going to show you guys what other supplies. I definitely recommend having a ruler. There's been many instances where I've needed a ruler just to like draw lines with sometimes, and also to measure stuff with. So it's a really good idea to just have a ruler. It can come in so much handy. Always have a stapler, because nowadays, especially in college, your teachers don't really have staplers anymore, and they just expect you to like turn in your stuff stapled, especially your essays. So I definitely have a stapler at home, and I always staple my stuff before I go to class, because it can become a hassle if your teacher doesn't have a stapler and then you need one. So really good thing to invest in. I still like highlighters a lot. I don't use them as often, but it's a good idea to have highlighters and just have like a 5-pack of highlighters with different colors in case you want to highlight something important in your notebook when you're going back and studying. Maybe something stands out and you need to restudy it. Or you could also use highlighters to color code your notes. Some people like to do that. I'm not that organized. I feel like that would take too long for me to do. Also a sharpener if you need to use number 2 pencils. Nowadays you don't really need to. You can just use mechanical pencils, which also say number 2 on them. So if they say number 2 and they're mechanical pencils, then they're good to go for all your tests. So these are the ones that I like to use. I haven't run out of them yet, so I didn't repurchase them. I'm just using these from like last semester. They've been lasting me a really long time. And then tape and glue, really important to have, also just in case you never know when you need this. Glue not as much anymore nowadays. I don't notice myself using glue anymore, but tape definitely. And that is it for my back to school supplies. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you guys are excited for my back to school series that starts now, I guess. So let me know what other videos you want to see in the comments below. I saw the comments from the previous videos, so I will be filming those videos for you guys as well. See you guys soon.